Hi, everybody. It's Ashley Nanny here. I'm here with Dr. Beth Bartlett from Chicago. Hey. We
Hey.
are coming together today to talk about Zoom has recently had a lot of problems with security and privacy concerns. So we've also been concerned about the fact that when the HIPAA regulations maybe tighten back up, that Zoom might go to the version for healthcare providers that's a paid version at $200 a month. So we were looking for what are some long-term options to keep telemedicine a part of your practice that not only work for those HIPAA concerns, but are also really good for just the logistics of running your practice. And Dr. Beth was looking into two options that we found that seemed really good. One was better practice, and the other was practice better. So she's decided that practice better is absolutely a better alternative and is going to talk to us about that and tell us about the ins and outs of it. So welcome.
Thanks, Ashley, and thanks for having me. This is really kind of a cool concept. It's taken me a little while to grasp the online piece of telemedicine, and I'm here in Chicago, and it's fairly we've got a lot of cases and so forth, and so a lot of people are transitioning, and I'm just trying to grasp a hold of that. And so I've been on a ton of webinars, and I think it was last week, I was on one, and they talked about this particular platform, Practice Better. And so I decided to check it out, and I checked out their free version first, and then I went ahead and expanded to the pro plan. And I'd just like to show you a little bit about what the screen looks like, or what the platform looks like. This is my initial profile. So again, it's HIPAA compliant. The security piece of things and the patient experience is super streamlined. I've used it on a handful of people already, and it also has an app that is accompanied by, so you can do it from your phone, from your computer, from your iPad, wherever. So, but again, as far as streamlining the scheduling, the billing, documents that you want to send, it creates like automation. So someone schedules something online, which you can post widgets on your website, and they can click on schedule with me now, and it will automatically take them into your portal, and they can schedule right there. You can automate it so that your paperwork, your initial intake paperwork and so on goes right to them. They fill it out, and it gets sent right back to you. So that is super great, and it just alleviates a lot of miscommunication on our end. So what I've shown you here is just the general profile page that I have created for myself. I haven't put my biography in there yet, but you can put your credentials in there and link your social networks. And then I've done just kind of the necessaries and the footprints to this. So I've put my services in here. You can see you can book a patient right from this, or you can, if you wanted to see what this particular link looks like, I can go to those three dots and then hit visit page. And then so I can see what the patient is seeing in just a second. There we go. On their end. So it's super professional looking. You can upload your logo, and they can click how they want to do this, and just hit next and go through the whole thing. But I love kind of the look of that, and so I've just baseline put my services in here. Let's see here. I can't do the documents, but the forms, if I pull up the documents, it pulls up my patients that I have entered in there, but forms and waivers, you can put like anything you want in here. And this red button down here, you can, upload from your computer. You can have your intake paperwork in here, your multiple system questionnaire, release and risk and liability. This even has a 3-day food journal in there, and another couple things that are already there. And you can set up some automations too. So as I was saying before, when patients, if they hit a book now button on your website, this tells me that, I can add new patients automatically, and they become a part of the portal, and then they're sent, the intake forms right after they've booked an appointment. So it's really kind of mind-boggling all that is encompassed in this. And also I want to show you can, under third-party integration here, if you keep your schedule on Google, I've linked my Google account so that when I develop my availability on the platform here, nobody can schedule an appointment when I've already got something scheduled, like let's say in person in Google. And so I haven't quite intermingled the two yet. And so that's really awesome. You can also link your Dropbox and Google Drive accounts. Let's see what else. If you have a Zoom account, you can do that. And then if you want to accept payment through this, you can. I'm doing something still separate, but if you have a Square or Stripe account, and also FullScript, you can link that as well. So just a unbelievable amount of options in here, and so I still am trying to get used to it a little bit, but from what I can understand, from what the patients are telling me, it's a pretty seamless experience on their end. So you can put in here, it has a supplement database, and so I've created some already. You can add one over here. Let's see here if I can do this right. If you type in, let's just say orthomolecular, and so it will pull up what they have in store here as far as orthomolecular products. Let's say Adrene here, it'll pull up, all of the ingredients and so forth of it, of that Adrene, and you can see the recommended dosage and everything. You can add it to your favorites. So it is quite comprehensive.
That's awesome. I love it.
Another thing is, if this will let me do it, I'm going to try to show you what it looks like from the patient side. I've logged into my husband. I use my husband as a guinea pig, and I've logged into his account here, so you can kind of see. This is what the patient would see. So, I put a little gut health protocol in for him, and they can request a session. They can send me a message, and it can upload a document. They can see over here where their upcoming sessions are. They can book a session. This is his recommendations from me, eat more leafy greens, his supplement schedule. And I think that's I'm afraid if I click off this that it'll force me to log in again. But I wanted you to see how kind of inviting this whole look is. So.
Yeah, one of the things I loved about it that you can't see once you've already become a patient, but when you're just starting out, it starts your patients out with a video that tells them exactly what the system's capable of, what they can do, how to do it. So if you're just starting out as a patient, you feel really confident entering the system because you've walked through that video and it tells them everything for you. There's no
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah. You know, and if you don't like their video, you can make something on your own and put that on there too. So you can totally customize it to your liking, and so that makes it also, you know, super inviting as well. So
Yeah, I know several of the things that were really important in finding a good program was one, that if they were filling out forms online, that they were fillable online. And this definitely met that requirement. Wanted to be able to bill directly from the program if necessary, which obviously that's another step that's covered. And then the patient reminders, getting them to the reminder that their appointment's coming up, all of that to be automated so you didn't have to think about it.
totally.
The other thing we were interested in was cost. Can you talk about the cost of the program and whether it's effective or not?
Yeah. So I first started out on the three. I think you'd have three patients for zero. But I chose the pro plan, and you can have up to 200 patients, and it's $50 a month. So
Wow.
super affordable. If you did group sessions and you wanted to link Zoom, that and still be HIPAA compliant, that is only $30 a month as opposed to their $200, you know, going forward from here. So
Yeah, so this can replace your scheduling tool, your HIPAA compliant Zoom videos, kind of
yep.
the full, your billing, whatever your billing integration you have. And we were
Yep.
able to get that added to your website and working properly pretty easily. It's not a huge rocket science thing that your developer or that we couldn't help you do. So pretty cool.
No, not at all. I mean, they've got the widgets and the links, boom, right there for you. Or, you know, if you wanted to send it directly to a patient right then and there, you could do that as well. So super streamlined.
Awesome.
So,
And then one last thing for you. How long did it take you from the time you found the program to today to feel pretty confident using it with patients?
you know, I spent kind of the last week or so looking at some YouTube videos. So if you get stuck, the customer service team is super responsive in any question. And also you can type it in the search bar as well. And it gives you pretty much a step-by-step what you need to do. But I looked at YouTube videos, and they go through, you know, building your forms and waivers, you know, how to a deep dive into how the documents and automations and each of those areas. And so I would just kind of go through the YouTube, and then I'd stop it, and then I'd go on my site and I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, got it. And kind of go back and forth. So, I mean, really, like a week, I mean, you could do it in a probably 2 or 3 hours and have the bare minimum, you know, in there to be able to schedule patients, see patients online like we're doing, you know, doing now. And, you know, there'll be some, you know, learn as you go. So it's what I'm trying to grasp.
Yeah, you just had a few patients try it out and then started using it with more and more, and now you're rolling.
Yeah. And, you know, the other thing I wanted to say is lab work. You can upload the document as lab work, attach it to the patient's file, and they can view it online, and then you can share it with them, and they can download it and look at it while you're, you know, looking at it. So it's just it's pretty cool that way.
Yeah, it's super cool. With the food journal pieces, and I love the fact that you have the camera option. So if you're doing remote urinalysis and you want to take those results and send them and read them together, all of
Yep.
those capabilities are there. If you're doing facial diagnosis, they can upload their profile and front-facing pictures, and you can do that together. It's really cool. I love it. And I love the fact that it has the video conferencing capabilities in addition to what a lot of other programs offer. Like it's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, and super affordable if you ask me.
Yeah.
It does go up from my plan, it does go up to the plus plan, and that's $80 a month and unlimited patients. So, and you get a few more, perks with that too. So, but I decided you can upgrade anytime, but I decided to start with the pro and go from there. So, yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to share it. I'm glad it's working for you and your patients, and hopefully everybody will be back in your office soon and you'll be just doing telemedicine from around the world and everybody else will be coming in. So meanwhile, stay safe.
Hope everybody is well and taking good care of your patients, and I know you are. So
awesome. Thank you, Dr. Beth. We love you.
Love you too, Ash.